is live, uncut, unedited. Come on in, people. This is where we
Tell the truth
and what?
and shame the devil.
All right, people, come on in. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. Got your boy Martin G. I tell you, people, this is live, uncut, unedited. Come on in, Facebook family, YouTube family, wherever social media you're streaming from. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. We got a lot of things to catch up with. We got some announcements to make. This thing is real, people. It's real. When I tell you it's real, it's real, it's real, it's real. Come on in, people. We're live, uncut, unedited. All right, people. Y'all know what, y'all already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. This is where we tell the truth.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
All right. I'm glad you guys coming in tonight. I did a lot of video in the day, a little tired, but I said I got to come on and keep it going, keep it pounding, keep pounding at the door until I kick the door in. Until I kick the door in, people. I tell you, we got to fight. And this old saying that says anything that's left unprotected will be taken away. Again, anything that's left unprotected will be taken away. And I'm telling you, people, this is real, people. Whether that be your wife, your home, whatever it may be, your car, anything. So I'm glad y'all coming in. I'm going to give some shout outs to my people that always show love to me. I want to show love to you guys. All right, let me show some love. All right, Monique, I see you live uncut. Monique McGee, how you doing? Marcella, I see you. 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 All right, this is live, uncut, unedited. All right, Marcus Robinson, I see you. Virginia Beasley, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Eric, what's up? Biblo, I see you. I see you. I see you. What's up, Monique McCoy? I see you. Jessica JBL, I see you. I see you. Mohammed, what's up? Peace and brothers. Peace and blessing, my brother. All right, peace and blessing. Deborah Singleton, all right, in the Wisconsin in the house tonight. Anthony Watson, what's up? What's up, people? What's up? What's up? What's up? I tell you, we come on in, people, because we got a lot to talk about. I need at least 100 people on right now. So right now we're looking at 60, 68. So the call-in line is open to only a certain select few. You know, we had those people that tried to come in and hijack my program. And man, Chanel Jones, how you doing? I see you. I see you. I see you. All right. Durara, is that all right. Deara Brooks. All right, I see you. I mean, I be throwing y'all names under the bus. I bet y'all be talking about me like a dog. I'm so sorry, people. Trust me, y'all know I went to public school. So, you know, just excuse me. Excuse me. I'm doing the best I can. You know. What's up, Marcus Robinson? I see you. Loretta Hollis. Wisconsin in the house. Ronnie Johnson. What's going on, people? What's going on? This is live, uncut, unedited. This thing is getting serious, people. We're talking about Paul Vallas, Make America Great Again. We're talking about BJ, a.k.a. Brandon, Commissioner Brandon Johnson. My choice. Now, it may not be your choice, but Brandon is my choice. And I'm not mad at you if you get Paul Vallas. But I will warn you, I wouldn't want to be caught on the wrong side of history. I tell you, listen, history is unfolding and right in front of us here in the city of Chicago. The world is watching us, people. They're watching us. And all we have to do is go to the polls and vote for Brandon Johnson. If we want Brandon Johnson, here's Brandon Johnson. He will give, he said he wants to open up the fifth floor to everybody. He don't just want to open up to the elite whites and and the politicians and the activists, but he wanted to open up to everybody. Everybody get a piece of the pie. And I always tell people, this is a street term that I use, a blind dog can pick up a bone sometime. I tell you, you got some dogs, they get the bone and meat all the time, but a blind dog can get the bone sometime. I feel all right now. I feel like preaching tonight. I feel like one of them preachers the other day. Jamal Harris, I see you. Nikki Palmer, I see you. I see you. All right. Tamlee Beck Rogers, how you doing? All right, Big Drew, 79th, 79th. I see you, Don Tyson. I see you. I see you. I see you, people. This is definitely real, people. How many people I'm waiting on? I got 87. All I need you guys to do is share the video, people. Just share the video. We got one caller waiting on in the house already. I need 100 people before I get started. I need 100 people. Chanel Jones, I need it. I need it. Mark J, what's going on, bro? Sister, let me see, make sure I get it right because I don't want to call nobody. All right. Gloria Sandifer, what's going on? God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Debbie Smith, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Man, everybody's watching us, people. Everybody's watching us for all over the country. All over the country. Okay. All right. Come on in, people. We need 100 people. Vicky, what's up, Vicky? I see you. Vicky, Phoenitra Smith, I see you. Dolores Johnson, I see you. I see you. Brian Baggett, I see you. Loretta Hollis, I think I got you earlier today. Lawn Care Service, what's up, young man? I see you. I see you. I see you. Christina Simmons, this thing is real, people. Cedric Lyles Sr., I see you. I see you. I see you. All right, listen, people, let me see how many people I got. I got 89 people. I got 7 on YouTube and 82 on Facebook. We need 100 before we get started, people. So let's start sharing the video. I'm finna go on and share it, people. I'm finna share my own video. So I want you to share it too as well. Share it in your group. If you don't want to share it on your page, share it in your group. Do that favor for me. Live, uncut, unedited, people. All right. We need you guys to share. I got 12 shares. Come on, people. We could do better than that. We can do better than that. You know how the preacher tell us in church, say, neighbor, tell them it's good to be here. And I'm telling y'all right now on Facebook, virtual social media, that is good to be alive. It's good to be on Facebook and YouTube right now because I guarantee you're going to learn something tonight. I'm going to expose some devils and their demonic attitude. I don't even have to call out their names, but you know who they are. You know who they are. I don't have to get on here name calling. I tell you, people, and I hope they're watching tonight. I want them to watch because I want them to watch. Because, see, we're going to tell the truth. Tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. All right, people. I'm waiting. I need 100 people. I got 93 people on here so far. Yeah, I'm begging. I ain't begging for no stars today. I want some bodies on here. I want some people to pay attention, to watch, to listen. All right, that's what I want to do because we got a heavy race going on. The race is getting dirty and people are doing dirty tactics. And listen, people, listen, I come from a spiritual background, and I believe that no weapon that's formed against me shall prosper, for greater is he that is in me than he that is in the whole entire world. I'm more than a conqueror, and I believe that 1 can chase 1,000 and 2 could put 10,000 to flight. And that's what I'm doing. I'm putting these demons to flight. I'm telling you, people, come on in, people, share this. Share this. Share this live. I need 100 people on this live before I get started, people. I'm getting warmed up. I got something to speak. I got something to say, people. I got some folks that's watching me right now that's not even tuned in. They're just listening right now. They're watching from Facebook, but they're not as counted. But I know it's more than 100, but I want 100 in my face. Come on, talk to me, people. This is live, uncut, unedited, people. And I want to give a, that is 100. I want to give a shout out to the Brandon Johnson campaign for doing what's right. I want to appreciate that campaign that's not doing no dirty tactics. Appreciate the campaign. I'm not a part of the campaign, nor I'm a paid employee, but I want to say this. And I felt that I wanted to be a part of history. And that's what I am, a part of history. I got a couple of calls. I see Dr. Sanders. My goodness, I got to speak the truth and tell it. I got to tell the truth. Peggy Gay, thank you so much. Peggy Gay, she blessed me today, y'all. She sent me a love offering without me even asking. And Peggy, thank you so much. When you bless people in secret, God will bless you publicly. So you can't beat God given. The more you give to him, the more he gives to us. I tell you, this is the gospel truth. Sharice Wright, I see you, my dear sister. I see you, a great supporter of mine, her and her husband. My buddy, Barbecue. What's up, Barbecue? I see you, Bobby Barbecue. I see you, Christina Simmons. I see you. I see you. I see you. I'm fired up tonight, y'all. I got a story for y'all tonight. Boy, it's a lot of devilment going on, but people, one thing I ain't gonna do, I ain't gonna lie on nobody. That's what I don't want to do. I don't want my platform to be made of lies and slanders and rumors. It's not, God didn't bless me this platform to demonize people, to destroy what's righteous. Now, I'm going to destroy them devils now. I'm going to roll right over them devils. I'm going to step on them, do whatever I can to do them, expose them, cut the light on them. When I speak, it's like when you cut the light on, them roaches start running. When they see me, I want them to run because they know I got their number and I know who their father is. The devil. That's who their father is. The devil. I tell you. Woo, Lord have mercy. Y'all want to talk callers first? Let me let Marcus go and talk. Come on, Marcus, then Dr. Sanders. I'm going to let you guys warm me up. I'm already hot right now. Come on, Marcus. Live, uncut, unedited. Marcus, can I hear you? Hold on, let me make sure I can hear you. Let me get it up. Hold on. Make sure. Marcus, mic check. Hold on. I got a problem. All right, I got a problem. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I'm in. Hold on. All right, hold on. It might be this over here. Hold on. All right, that's it. Can you hear me, Marcus? Mic check. Hold on. All right. Let me make sure I got everything checked. We had these technical difficulties sometime. Let me make sure everything is. Oh, okay. Hold on, Marcus. Hold on. I'm sorry. I did it to myself. I'm sorry. Hold on, Marcus. Hold on. I'm sorry. All right. Marcus, can you hear me now? There you go. I'm sorry. That was nothing. That was my fault, people. I'm so sorry. So, Marcus, whatever you said, I missed it. You can start over. Come on with it, Marcus. This is live, uncut.
Oh, I was just saying good evening. And boy.
All right.
It's a shame. It's a shame how this is being played out. It's sad that so many black people are doing this for this white man, and this white man don't give a 2 cents about them.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't gonna give them everything he promised them. It's impossible for him to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty glad that Brandon ain't promised nobody nothing yet.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a shame how we can easily go against each other. Remember I told you I was down at the state building one day and there were a group of birds. They were all just minding their own business until I dropped a chip on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And one bird went for the chip and here come all the other birds. And they started pecking each other in the head and the face and everything for that chip.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going on right now. Bobby Rush putting his head on the master's chest. I mean, but then you go look at that church that's sitting in Inglewood, right there at 6430 South Harvard, right there in Inglewood. That was Bobby Rush's church. That's what he thought about Inglewood. So it doesn't surprise me. Our people got to be crazy if they vote for this man. If they vote for this man, it'd be like, you might as well go pay Daly to come on back to City Hall. Because that's what it's going to be like. That Daly machine is going to run Chicago. Black people, get out and vote.
Preach, sir.
Don't let nothing stop you. Because it has been said that these kids are being paid off. These little gang kids are being paid off to intimidate you. And shame on the black people that's behind them being paid off. Shame on them. The Bible has something to say. It's a warning to older people who misguide the youth. Your day is coming. Your day is coming. But black people in this city are tired. They're tired of being held hostage in their own community by their own kind because some of them have sold their people out. There's nothing those people can say to me talking about black power. And when they don't, even if Paul Vallas do get elected, when you don't get what you want, don't tie up our streets. Don't block Lakeshore Drive. Don't shut down the expressway. You shouldn't even get no type of support from the community because we know where you stand. We knew where Jesse White and Bobby Rush and all of them stood. Bobby Rush even said it when he announced his retirement, how they would fight each other on the floor, but behind closed doors, they were each other's best friends.
Mm-hmm.
American politics is entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
It's entertainment. It's all about the rich and shame and D the poor. D the poor. They don't care nothing about the poor. They don't care because if they did, our neighborhoods would be in better condition. But guess what? When you sell out your own people, when you sell drugs in your own community, that destroys your people. You'll sell out for that.
Mm-hmm.
When you recruit somebody's son or daughter and put them out here on the streets to sell your drugs and make them bring the money to you. And if they 1 penny short, well, you know the story.
Mm-hmm.
They end up on the 10 o'clock and the mama is crying. Shame on you. All y'all care about is money. Y'all don't care about black people. Y'all don't care about souls. But God is watching. And I'm not saying Brandon is the black Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
But we should back one of our own, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what. Because white folks brought the immigrants over here. You worried about the immigrants. The same person you backing was behind bringing immigrants. Republicans been bringing immigrants over here for decades.
Preach, sir.
They brought them in the country. And now they want to act like they're a threat to the country. They brought them in.
Mm-hmm. Preach, sir. Hey, Marcus, before you go, let me play.
Crazy.
Yeah, I want to play this video, Marcus. I want to play this video for our audience so they can hear it.
Check it out.
Listen to this.
Got the Make America Great Again signs out here. So people think we making up something, but we're not making up something. Let me show you the guy pulling them up right now. Look at this. Whoa, I'm sorry. I ain't paying attention.
Bad camera work today. I was too nervous, y'all. Look at this.
Look at these signs, y'all. Look. He picking them up.
He's picking them up.
See them signs? See them signs? See them signs? All right. So people thinking we making this up. This ain't made up. This is real, people. And we're back around. And I'm gonna show y'all. They're all out here. They're all out here. Make America Great signs. They're all out here. I'm telling you. They're all out here.
He turn around. Excuse
the guy. He taking them out. Picking them up.
Watch this. Excuse the bad camera work.
Yeah, he picking them up right here. Let's see.
Yeah.
Show y'all. Sit right here and watch him. Pick them up. He taking them up. Yeah, see? Make America Great Again. Yeah, he picking them signs out, getting rid of them. They putting them out here, people.
Look out.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I don't want to be filmed.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll take you off. Okay.
I had them already, so you know how it is. But I just want to show you guys, okay.
Yeah, he's taking them up.
But I'm going to show you, I got another. It didn't end there either, people. It's a couple of more. It's a couple more that I have. I can show you. It's a couple of more that I have. It didn't end there. It didn't end there. There's another one I got. I tell you, people, this thing is real. All right, I'm going to play this one right now. All right, let me get it in here. Hold on, let me. All right, hold on. Bring the other one in real quick. Hold on. I'm going to bring the other side in because people, this is real. Listen, I'm not making this up. See, they listen. They playing dirty. I'm telling you, they playing. I got his face. I didn't have to be just standing at his face. I got it anyway, people. I got his face. Y'all seen it. I got his face. So it was clear as daylight. I wouldn't even worry about it. You know, you got to be. All right. All right. We finna play this other one now. I'm finna play this other one for y'all. And this is in the hood, right? Well, I'm finna show y'all right now. This is in the hood.
This way, 111 going south. So let's see.
111 going south, y'all.
Let's see.
It's real.
Let's see.
All right, watch. This ain't. I didn't put these flowers. I didn't put these.
Do I see some Paul Vallis signs?
Sanders. That's why I'm in live. Y'all know I don't pull stunt.
Let's see.
I don't pull stunt.
Oh, here we go, right here. Make America great again. Here we are, right here. Make America great again. Y'all see it for yourself. See it. Make America great again. All down here. Make America great again. More signs off 111 Expressway.
Now I didn't
111. Make America great again. Yeah. Y'all see it, don't you? No lie, this ain't no setup.
I'm letting you know. Y'all see, y'all know how I get out.
See it all the way down. All them signs. Make America great again. Make America great again. Paul Vallis and Trump. Yeah. Y'all see it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's enough of that. I can just stop that.
Y'all see it?
Enough of that.
Make America great again.
All right, people. I'm gonna stop that. And okay, Dr. Sanders, you've been patient with us. Come on, Doc. Come on, Doc. I just wanted to show that a little bit. Your turn to talk. Come on, Dr. Sanders. Live, uncut, unedited.
Well, it's very sickening.
Mm-hmm.
It's very disturbing to see that our folks have just lost all the ability to know how to do right. My prayer is this Wednesday, Bishop J. Drew Sheard, our international presiding bishop, will be here to pray over Brandon Johnson at St. Paul Church of God in Christ on this Wednesday at 2:00. This is sickening to see. Martin, all of these folks, this Dallas camp, they're acting like little bumpkin head little folks that come off of the peanut game. That's what I think of them. Little boys with little bad attitudes, little mama boys acting crazy. If you got to get to this point in this time, at this time, to act like a narcissistical demon, then Paul Vallis needs to withdraw. He really does. He needs a good old Mississippi woodshed whooping. That's what he needs. And I'm right now, I'm ready to give it to him. I'm ready to give it to him on both feet. It's sad to see, as Brother Marcus said earlier, to see how the signs are being poor. What is that going to prove? Why? You know what? I wish somebody would go get Paul Vallis. I want to bring him on my program. I want to talk to him, but when I talk to him, it ain't going to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
What gives him the right to act as if he owns something? Take care of your household. And our people, you should be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. There should be some guilt in you to want to support a fool that's acting like a trashy stray dog. Losing his mouth. Picking up signs. What is that supposed to do? That's not going to stop people from not voting.
Mm-hmm.
But you're doing this, and what are you getting out of it? You out here with a clown, and I'm going to give respect to Ringling Brothers and Barton and Bailey Circus because it was a real clown. A man that is pouting, pissed off because what? I can't have my Tonka toy. That's how Paul Vallas is acting. He don't like black people. He is a racist to the heart. He's just a punk not to tell you, but his actions is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Martin, I commend you of posting it. And like I said, any one of y'all, I dare you to put your mouth or hands on Brandon. I'm going to come looking for you. You're going to need God because that's a part of us. I fight for my people. When you're wrong, I'm going to tell you you're wrong and I'm going to love you, but I'm going to tell you you're wrong. But for many of you all who have taken the ability, Martin then put the picture out there. So what are y'all going to say now? And I'm not talking to the generation that's 20 years younger than me. I'm talking to the ones who know to get to this generation. Because our generation seems like some of our young folks are barred by a lollipop. This man don't love you. He don't love his own self. He's a jealous, bigoted man. That's what he is. I say it again. He's a jealous, bigoted man who don't even have the balls to just do a debate without being stupid, cantankerous, low integrity, denies characterization, period. Draw a picture with him on it with some women draws on. That's what he's acting like.
Dr. Sanders.
Female dog.
Dr. Sanders, yes, somebody said, prove to them that Paul Vallas is racist. Ask him, just tell him about the Black history that he tried to want to remove. Yeah.
Did they not? Did you read whoever the person was? Let me tell you a thing or two. I'm sorry, I had to close up my book because they done pissed me off. Let me tell you something, whoever texted, go read the article. Open your eyes. He literally said to have Black history in school would shock the white culture. What does that mean? He don't want, Martin, can I go here?
Go ahead, go get him.
He don't want Black nigga history nowhere in school. Did you not understand that? How much of American history is in our school system? Every time we get ready to talk about history, it's only a paragraph of 2 or 3 pages of a few people. The rest of them are obsolete. Who? Ask that honky. After that, I'm going George Jefferson. Ask that honky. He'll tell you he will in his ways. And what he said, that Black history, African American history, will shock the white culture.
Okay. Well, Dr. Sanders, while you keep talking, I'm going to pull it up. Keep talking. I'm going to go and pull it up. Since you brought it out, I'm going to go and pull it up. I got it on the screen. Anytime
in the Catholic school, we only had 2 pages. Dr. Martin Luther King, Ralph J. Bunche, Woodson Carter, and what was it, Harriet Tubman. That's all we had in Catholic school for Black history. In our Black history, we used to have the Black history class curriculum in high school, where you learned a lot more. But do you know the person that asked that question? Who is Vernon John? Do you know Vernon John? No, you don't. Because he was the one that mentored Martin Luther King to be able to take over Dexter Street. So you don't know your history. This man gets Black people, dumb, to work for him to help him get voted in. He don't get voted in, he's not going to be their friend. When you are racist, all you do is play games. He has a huge affiliation with the KKK. Go ask the KKK, are they racist? Let them burn a freaking cross on your yard in your house or throw a bomb in your house. How much do you think? They're not going to tell you openly that they are going to show you their actions.
Dr. Sanders, let's let the proof roll. Documentation beats conversation. We finna let it roll. Finna let it roll on.
Paul Vallas explained his problem with teaching the full racial context behind American history.
When you introduce a curriculum that is not only divisive, but a curriculum that further undermines the relationship of children with their parents, with their families, that's a dangerous thing. And for white parents, I mean, how are you going to discipline your child when your child comes home and your child has basically been told that their race, their parents, their grandparents, they have discriminated against others? And for that matter, if you are a Black child, how do you go home and listen to your parent when your parent has failed to be successful in addressing these historically racist institutional obstacles.
Black people originally came to Chicago as refugees, fleeing racial terror in the South. When they got here, they were funneled into racially segregated neighborhoods. Government agencies and banking institutions then drew red lines around those neighborhoods to denote where they would not give loans. With no housing loans in the area, people couldn't buy houses there and the property values began to fall. When the property value fell, the tax base followed, causing institutions and services to be diminished, education underfunded, businesses to leave, and value to be stripped from the community. At the same time, funding from the GI Bill and FHA loans were going almost exclusively to white people. Those two bills made homeownership possible. Listen to Chicago mayoral candidate Paul Vallas explain his problem with teaching the full racial context behind American history.
When you introduce a curriculum that is not only divisive, but a curriculum that further undermines the relationship of children with their parents, with their families, that's a dangerous thing. And for white parents, I mean, how are you going to discipline your child when your child comes home and your child has basically been told that their race, their parents, their grandparents, they have discriminated against others? And for that matter, if you are a black child, how do you go home and listen to your parent when your parent has failed to be successful in addressing these historically racist institutional obstacles?
Black people originally came to Chicago as refugees, fleeing racial terror in the South.
Right there.
When they got here, they were
sharing. All right. I wanted to bring that out, let you know what he was telling us. But also, let me bring this out too. I got one more, Dr. Sanders, before I let you guys go. Hold on. One more video, because see, I'm not going to play with y'all tonight. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Hold on. Keep it 100. Hold on. I got another one for y'all. Hold on. I got another one for y'all. I'm going to give you another one. See, I'm not playing. This is real, people. This is real. I'm not playing with y'all today. See, people, they think it's a joke. This ain't no joke. I'm finna break some things down to you. I take it because we're dealing with some serious demonic folks. All right. I got one more piece for y'all, and I know you understand this. Because, see, I'm not playing with these people. All right, here we go. All right, let me open up this.
McDonald got killed. Nobody gave a shit about him, and he was running the streets all buck wild.
Oh my God! Okay? So he deserved to be shot 16 times.
You know what? They should have shot him 18.
You are so disgusting. You are so disgusting. You are an evil asshole. And you gonna rot in hell for that shit. You gonna rot in hell for that shit. You just said that a 17-year-old boy should be shot 18 times.
You already.
You disgusting.
You just said not.
Yeah. Who you work for? Who did you work for? Who did you work for? I want you to just hear what. No, I want you to just hear what he just said first. Hear what he just said. I want you to hear what he just said first. What you just said. Tell her what you just said.
Ask me the question again, and I'll give you the answer.
Okay, I said, do you think that Laquan McDonald should have been shot 16 times?
Should have probably been shot more. He was a threat to the community.
So do you think that was okay?
No, I don't. That's what's beautiful.
That's what I'm saying.
See, people, this is what we're dealing with. A racist, openly racist. He's talking about a black young teenager that was shot down like a dog. People. So this is what we're dealing with. And you want people like that to patrol the black community with that mindset? Come on, people. Young moms, I know black people shoot and kill each other, but we definitely don't need the police shooting us in the back and doing all that. Shot that boy down like a dog. You don't shoot a dog that many times. And this is real, people. That type of racist spirit is going to back, and everybody knows that the fraternal of the police is racist. They are racist. I'm hearing that they just hired a black guy. They just hired a black guy to be on their board. This is the same racist fraternal order police that hired that officer that shot and killed Jason Van Dyke, shot and killed Laquan McDonald, hired him to be a maintenance worker. And they didn't care about no Negro. They don't care about no black people. They hate us. This is hate. And see, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it with authority. Some of you pro-black Negroes, yes, I said Negroes, only reason why you support violence is because he paying you or he promised you something. If he hadn't done the two, you wouldn't even be on his camp. Trust me. Now you trying to tell us people that still awoke, still woke, that we so emotional, we making it about, it's always have been about race. How many white people you think that voted for Paul Vallas? All right? Come on now. I have not heard y'all one time tell white people that. Stop voting for white people because they white. You won't tell white people that, but you'll tell black people that. You'll tell us that. You won't tell white people stop doing white on white crime, but you'll tell black people that. You'll get along, go along, Negro. That's what you are. You have sold your soul for 30 pieces of silver, and the whole community know who you are. Yeah. They have painted a picture of you. You are a traitor. You're worse than an infidel. You ought to be blasted out of the community. And when Brandon Johnson make history, April the 4th, 2023, I'm going to see what you're going to be. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all, this is what's going to happen. At the last minute, them Negroes going to start running back over to the Johnson camp. Or just say, I ain't backing nobody. Because, see, you got some Negroes right now, they straddling the fence right now. They trying to see when it's safe to endorse somebody. That's what they doing. Right? But we see you too. We see you too. And you young people out there, listen, don't let these older activists, so-called activists, whatever they call themselves, give you a few dollars to hurt your brother and sister. It's not worth it. Where was they at when you needed some money? Now, all of a sudden, they called upon you. Are they going to come and get you out of jail when you catch a felony? Are they going to come and see you in the hospital if somebody decide to put some lead in you?
No.
They're not going to do that.
Are they going to bury you?
Are they going to bury you?
No.
What are they going to tell your mother, young man? Listen, young man, don't be no fool. Don't let nobody send you off. Don't let nobody send you off. Listen, young man, loyalty is a must. Money, all money, if you're from the street, all money is not good money. Some money you just have to turn down.
I said it.
Don't let people use you because guess what? They have a hidden agenda. Let me say this too. There has been a group of activists, young and old, have gone to these construction sites. They have taken gangbangers, young shorties, and put on them work vests and everything and helmets and promise the young shorties jobs. If you go with us and we're going to march inside these construction sites and protest, and I guarantee you, I'm going to get you a $20, $30, and $40 hour job. And guess what? Guess what happened? They get that envelope and you don't hear nothing else about it. And now they got a new group of young shorties now. You got used. You got used, young people. You got used. They have paid these young and old people to go away and wrote them a check. I'm going to tell you, people, I've heard stories of two well-known activists here in the city of Chicago. They backdoor each other on the construction site. One went behind the back and got $25,000. I'm telling you, it's a dirty game. They're not out for the race. They're out for themselves. Selfishness. Me, myself, and I. I call that the unholy trinity. Me, myself, and I. It's not about you. It's not about you eating. It's not about black person eating, black people eating. It's all about them. It's all about them. All right, come on, Marcus. I know you kept coming in, but I had to tell the truth and shame the devil. These are real stories. So young people, don't let nobody use you. Hold on, Marcus. Young people, don't let nobody use you to go on these construction sites. And I guarantee you, they're only using you. You would not come away with no job. They're going to come away with the bag, and you ain't going to hear from them no more. And they're going to get another group of young people. Now, hold on. Don't y'all remember this? Hold on. Where are those guys that was on the L train that supposedly was protecting the public? Have you seen them lately, Marcus? I haven't seen them guys on the train on the red line. It was a big write-up on them. Where are they at now? Where are they? Supposed to protect the community on the public transportation, Come on now. Go ahead, Marcus. I'm fired up tonight. I got to expose these demons. Young people don't fall for their tricks. Go ahead, Marcus.
Well, I mean, this election has got black people stirred up in this city, and I'm glad it has gotten black people stirred up in this city, because not only on your show, but most of the hosts on WVON are fine off on it. They're disappointed. They're disappointed at Bobby Rush. But Bobby Rush, I just want to correct Tim no more. I'm hearing an echo.
Okay, let me turn down. Okay. How is it? Is it better?
Rush,
is that better?
Oh, I know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I took it off of Facebook.
Okay, go ahead. All right, thank you.
Bobby Rush, to me, has never did nothing for his people in the community. He wrote on the blood of his people, but he hasn't really did anything. You go over there, like I said, you go into Inglewood and you look at that abandoned church that's sitting up there, that's going to waste. That was once Bobby Rush's church. He didn't do nothing for the community, so I don't expect nothing, no more or less. But what's sad about this is these people bringing these kids in it, and they're going to get these kids killed. They're going to get them killed. That's why I said, are you going to take it? Are you going to pay for their burial? You bringing them in? It's not worth it, young people. Don't be a sellout. And another thing, quit being, excuse my French, but quit being a hoe for them selling their drugs and their weed on the streets. Quit being like that. Quit putting yourself out there. There are many things you can do. Matter of fact, instead of taking the payoff to intimidate voters and to intimidate volunteers, why don't you go volunteer for Brandon Johnson yourself? And while volunteering, if he gets to be mayor, you might have a job. Think about that before you take that. That one-time payment could cost you your life, and it could cost you your freedom, because it's all a rat trap, or should I say a nigger trap. They want to trap us to put us in jail. It's big business in the jail industry. Next, these activists will be buying stock in the jail industry, and they will be leading you to jail to fill up the jails. They want to fill up the jails with us. And you want to put somebody in the mayor's seat to continue that? I don't understand that logic. And then you say people don't understand. What is it we don't understand? You're that desperate for money that you would sell your great-grandchildren and the unborn generation out? If we let a white man in City Hall, it'll be another 40 or 50 years before we get it back. And judging by the way this young generation is going today, that may never happen.
Let me say this too. Let me just say this. For those Negroes that's uneducated, black people cannot be racist. Now, we can be prejudiced, we can be biased, but we cannot be racist. Let me just get that out there. For you uneducated black people, I want to educate you. Don't come on here. Then don't forget, get your 30 pieces of silver up front now, because if you get in, it ain't no guarantee that you might get something. Because he ain't going to get in, you ain't going to get nothing. I'm going to tell you. So all you people, you worship other race of people, you are race haters. Go on over with them. And you listen, one thing I know about white people, you'll never end with them. I don't care how great you are. They're going to show you that you steal the N-word. And like George Blakemore said, I always say, white people, you don't have to call me the N-word, but you treat me like one. That's just as bad. That's just as bad. Trust me. That's just as bad. And listen, and I guarantee you, all those people. Yes, go ahead, Doc. Go ahead, Doc.
I want to share a couple of things.
Go ahead.
When I used to work for AIC Security Investigations, which was Victor Verdoliak's company, Ed Verdoliak's brother, I didn't know that they were related until after I got the company. And I worked 10 South Wacker Drive. There was a Mexican guy that was playing games on one of the elevators. All Time and Gray owned. They was leasing out 5 floors at 10 South Wacker in the Chicago Mercury Exchange building. Young people, I want to tell you something. I experienced my first racism there. He was playing on the elevator. My panel was going off. He came to me and told me I was being insubordinate to him. He said, "You are a black nigga woman." Let me tell you what happened. I jumped up. I was pregnant with Lil Lester. And the black men said, "Sit down." They got that man. And they said, "We're going to kick your behind." And that wasn't the word they used. You ever disrespect her, we know what you've been doing. He was trying to set me up to get my job. Let me tell you what they did with that little Mexican boy. Okay? They took him and they put him on a construction site, and then 2 months later they fired his boy. The black brothers had my back because I took care of the job. I just did my job. And you know why? Because from that point, I gained so much respect for my black brothers. Because we only saw each other at work, but they came to my rescue. Although Victor Zodiac Company, they were mafia. I learned a lot of things. And of course, my uncle switched over from Harold to Eddie. I started studying a lot of this stuff. But guess what? I got brought out by the contract to work for the firm. Was not owned by them. And I caught the slack because I ended up moving my position. What I'm saying to you, you all are not listening. You're not getting that you're going to always be a nigger to a white person.
Say it.
No matter what it is. You're going to always be a nigger, a token nigger. Go and look at the Barbershop movie. When a white corporation was coming into the black community to do what? To get all the black people to come where? What did they build in that movie? In Nappy Cut? A basketball, fish tank, pop, utensil, beauty supply, equipment. Oh, we got a basketball in here. Man, we can be, but you got an old barbershop that's been sitting there 60-some years and you laughing at that because of something that you think is better. But behind the ball was what? An 8-ball game. Listen, sell the shop. This is how much money we're going to get. You all didn't see the movie Barbershop, the second one, the part 2. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't understand. They want to buy Calvin out. They want to sell him out.
I need to come in, Dr. Sanders. I need to come in. First of all, let me just explain something to people here. Anybody that know anything about the Constitution of America, okay, the Constitution of America was written to benefit the white race and to keep the black race as servants to the white race. Now, if that ain't racism, what is it? Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Now, let me educate some of you uneducated. And I want you to go back now. Listen, that car loan that you have, they actually your race. That mortgage, they actually your race. That school application, they actually your race. So why is race is a factor in the application, in loans, in buying real estate, but why is it not a factor in voting? So you telling me I've given my race, my culture has given the white man 400-some years to prove himself that he's going to treat the Negro right. It hasn't happened yet. Now, don't get me wrong. You can be a business owner, a homeowner. Only a few, not the masses. Listen, why is it that we don't have resources in the black community? Is it by design or is black people's fault? Which one is it? Why is it that we have to have a Civil Rights Act movement? We have to have a Civil Rights Act because we've been treated unfairly. Why is it that we have to have a Fair Housing Act? Because we've been discriminated against. Why we have to have an Equal Employment Act? Why is it? Why? Just why? Ask yourself why. If America's so righteous, it's not racist. Why? Ask yourself that. Why is it that a white man and a black man can do the same crime and the black men get more time. Why is it that? Why is it that when it comes to policing, a black man could get shot real quick because he thought he had a gun or he feared for his life? Here's an example the other day. 2 weeks ago? A white man, Caucasian, grabbed a Chicago police officer gun and shot. He didn't shoot in the air, so you know he shot at the cop. And guess what? He lived to talk about it. Why is that race? Why is that? Don't try to downplay race in this. White folks been voting white for the last 100 years in this election. They've been voting white. And let me say this to you, go along, Negroes. There's not nothing in the Constitution or in the Bible going to stop the white man to feed his first before he feed another. Believe that. You're nothing to him. You're a doormat too. White men don't respect cowards. They don't respect snitches and sellouts. They only use you. They only use you. And when they're done using you, you might get off. I'm telling you. And when I say off, not off, I mean off. So don't you ever come on here and tell me us about voting because a person is black. I'm race first. I vote black because he looks like me. And if I got to keep voting 100 times until I get the right black person in there, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I've gave white man 400 years in this country. All of us. And look where we are right now. Look at us. Is that racism? Or is that right? Or is that the way life's just supposed to be? Why is it that in the white community, they stores have the best fruit, the best meat? In the black community, we have the voices of everything. Why is it that a known well racist Republican is pouring millions of dollars in the Chicago election? Why is it? Is it something in it for him? Is this something for him to gain? Ask yourself that question. A known racist. Why is it a known racist fraternal order police organization that's openly racist? You know what they stand for. Why is it they supporting Paul Vallas? You got to ask yourself a question there. Listen, people, a lot of us, we don't know how to read codes. When black people say tough on crime, that means tough on black people. When you say crime, that means black people. Listen, we ain't going back to the 50s. Like Pastor said the other day, Hatchett said, this ain't that we shall overcome crowd here. This a whole different ball game. And I want to commend those white people that's tired of all this foolishness, that's tired of all this racism. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But for those that want to keep it going on the Good Old Boy Network, shame on you. And you going to church every Sunday talking about, oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, no. I believe in God and I believe in Jesus, but not the Jesus that you present to me. That's wrong of you. You listen, the Indians had over 4,000 peace treaties with the white Americans, white people. And the white people broke all of them. I heard a white man say out of his own mouth, he said, man, they had church with the Indians on Sunday, and the very next day, Monday, they was cutting their heads off. And they used religion, too, in the form of war. See, this is the art of war. I know y'all don't like this type of talk because it's uncomfortable, but it's necessary. And the reason why America don't want to have this talk, because if we have a real honest dialogue about race, they have to treat us right. They have to treat us right, and they don't want to treat us right. Ask any white person, pull them to the side. Don't ask them in front of a bunch of white people because he's going to play the role like he don't know you. Ask him, do you believe that black people are treated fairly in this country? Ask them. And if he or she is honest, they'll tell you no. Or ask them, would you trade places with a black person? Ask them. So for you to get on here to justify an old racist white person, you don't know your history. You haven't been reading. You've been watching too much CNN and Fox and all that. You need to get in some books and read. See, some of y'all only believe racism only exists when a white person call you the N-word. It's more than that. It's different levels of it. You have some white people that don't want to hang a black person from the tree, but they'll cause you to lose your job. They'll cause you not to get that mortgage. They'll cause you not to get that auto loan. They'll cause you not to be enrolled in school. They do little things like that because of discrimination and hatred. And let me tell you this. How could a police officer that view black people as less than, as nothing, as the enemy, come in our community and protect and serve? Come on. First thing, either one of these candidates need to get rid of these white supremacists off the police force. That's number one thing. How are you going to come in the black community, which you don't have no respect for the black community? You hate black people. You hate them. And you go along and try to protect us. It's not going to happen. One thing I can say as a grandfather, as a father, black people do not teach their children to hate white people. We're not taught like that. We're loving people. Matter of fact, we do more hate and harm to ourselves than to others. We're more forgiving of others than we are forgiving on our own selves. So this is real, people. Listen, I don't have a stake in this game. I am not on Brandon Johnson payroll. I have never discussed finance with Brandon Johnson. Never. I'm doing this because I want to be on the right side of history, because history is unfolding right before our eyes, and I see it. I lived through history before, during the hair washing era. Young people, you need to go back and look at some of them YouTubes, read some books, and I guarantee you, so you can get the vibe, the feel of it. It was the same house Negroes. They call them established Negroes that won against Harold Washington. And even when he got in office his first term, they gave him hell, and I'm not cussing. They didn't want to pass nothing in the city council. He had to fight to get whatever he wanted. Trust me. Don't you know, when you see people like Al Sharpton, when you see people like Barney Sanders come here, people like the presiding bishop of the Church of God in Christ come here, and I know he's busy, but come here just to lay his hand on Brandon Johnson and pray for him, because he know Brandon gonna need that protection. He gonna need our prayers, people, because so many demons is coming at him right now. So much hatred is coming at Brandon Johnson right now. Everything. This thing is serious. Why you think you see so many black pastors from different denominations coming together? Because they see what's going to happen if they don't come and warn the people about this racist regime police department. They see it. They see it. We often don't see preachers get together. They fussing and fighting, arguing. This one ain't right, this ain't right, that ain't right. But they came together on one accord. It's not about the money. They know they got to get the word out. These the preachers doing it, the pastors. They rent 100 buses so they can take people to the polls. This is serious. Young black African-American male, or whatever you call yourself, more male, whatever. Let me tell you this. If your vote didn't mean anything, do you think Paul Vallis will come in the black community and get it and ask for it? It means something. He wants you, when I say he, white people, think that your vote don't count. Your vote does count. Don't let nobody tell you that your vote don't count. Hey, I got a new caller in here. I'm sorry. New caller, 7396. Go ahead, caller. 7396. You're next. Hey,
yes,
call.
sir. Hey, Martin. How you doing?
Good.
I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. The things that you say, Martin, it causes me to rethink and to look at myself. But anyway, I heard the young lady when she was talking about a Mexican on her job.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hoping you would allow me to share the Mexicans on my job.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Make it short as you can. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll make it as short as I can. I watched a Mexican supervisor empty a barrel of trash in a huge bin of chicken. It was a chicken distribution center. And it was right when all the chicken sandwiches came out for Popeyes. Right before COVID hit. I watched a Mexican empty a whole, it was an older woman that was working with me. An older woman. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. I just knew he was yelling at us, telling us we weren't doing our job right. And I'm looking at him like, how dare you say I'm not doing, I do my job with excellence. No, hands down. I didn't know what was going on. The lady pulled my coattail. She said, look at this, watch this, wait till he come over here. And I watched like the lady told me. And he bringing trash, emptying it in the bin, and then yelling at us. So I leave there and I go to the candy factory. It's called Ferrero Pan Candy Company. I'm watching the Mexicans. They play with each other in a homosexuality way with their bare hands. And they touching the candy with their bare hands. I got pictures in my phone to prove it. And not only are they doing this, but I was at the candy factory for 8 years. I watched them escort black boys up out of there in handcuffs. I watched them, I promise you, I watched them treat the black boys as if they was worse than trash under their feet. Not just one black boy, but all the black boys. The one black man who they don't mistreat, he touching on all the women. Showing the Mexicans. One of the Mexicans took a picture of me while I was sitting down eating and sent it to me on instant messenger. I didn't know nothing about it. I just wanted to share. You told me to make it short. But when that woman came on and said what she said about the man, I believe her. I believe her. I seen them escort a boy out of there, and I tried to convince the boy, this is not how you fight them. You can't fight them like you on the street. Go to your mother's house and get a lawyer. Tell your mother you need a lawyer. But it was too late. The boy had been ran up on the man because they were stalking him, messing with him about him, you know, his phone. Whatever he was doing, they do it too. They do it too, whatever he was doing. When I tell you at Ferrero Pan Candy Company, I watched a Mexican Martin, and I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to go. I'm going to get off the phone. But I watched a Mexican. We do something that they call turn candy. The new nerds that just came out that everybody liked, them nerds. We turn the nerds. I watched a Mexican turn nerds with his bare hands, no gloves. And he took a bag of whatever it was, turned his head, snorted it in his nose, and continued to turn the nerds with his bare hands.
Okay. Well, thank you, sis.
I can't even make it up. But
that's another show right there in itself. But we're going to talk about another. Hold that thought, baby. Man, Let me just say something, people.
Martin?
Yeah, hold on, Doc. I want to say something. I want to speak to my white audience real quick because I know they're watching. White people, do not come on this platform and tell us we shouldn't vote for somebody that look like us. Okay? Listen. Don't tell us how to vote. Don't do that. Don't do that on this platform. Go into your white talk panel and do that. Don't come over here and tell us what to do with our people. We love our people. Charity begins at home. You tell your white people to be fair. That's what you need to do. Don't tell us, listen, because we're educated now and we know the tricks and the games that you guys play. Don't come on here and tell us what we should vote for and what we should be mad at. Don't do that. This is the wrong platform because we will call you out. Trust me. Now, you can take it any way you want to take it. Report the video. It don't make no difference. You're not going to come on here, control and run nothing. All right. We're going to vote black as long as we can vote black. I'm voting for people that look like me, period. And ain't nothing you can do or say. You need to tell your white people to leave us alone. That's what you need to do. You don't speak up for black people, do you? Because you know they'll call you an in lover. And you don't want that, do you? I know it. I know it. I know it. But I had to tell you that. Any one of you guys come on here that's white, Hispanic, whatever, do not come on this platform and tell black people not to vote for black people because they're black. You've been voting white in this country since you've been in this country. So don't start it with us. I had to say that. All right. Go ahead, Dr. Sanders. Thank you. Go ahead, Doc.
You know, mine, this is another thing that what she talked about. And let me tell you this. I worked with a young lady at one of the CPS schools. And it was 3 of us in the classroom, her, another African-American female, and myself. And the special ed teacher is white. So they would have dialogue conversation and act like we wasn't even there. It bothered my counterpart because she said, Sanders, do you see racism? I said, yeah, I do. I said, but I know how to flip the game. I said, I keep the business with the students. And so when the Mexican girl would say something, and I told her, I said, first of all, when you want to ask for us to help you, there's a way that you ask us to help you. But I don't have to help you. I ain't mandated by law to help you. I'm mandated by the school system to help students, not you. But I don't mind working with you. So how you revise your words, oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Sanders. She quickly changed. And then the teacher, when she would call off and be absent, the white teacher would, Dr. Sanders, Dr. Sanders, Dr. Sanders, Dr. Sanders, Dr. Sanders. And then she tried to talk about my counterpart. And I told the teacher, I said, I will not have that. That's not acceptable with me. See, I sliced that in half, letting you know I see exactly. But see, a lot of these Mexicans work hand in hand with the white folks to get what they want because they'll turn a black person upside down. And I even told the principal, I said, there's a war between my counterpart and a racist Mexican.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this. Let me just say this. Let me say this too. I don't want to get off onto that race with the Mexicans right now, but I'll say this to any Mexican that's out there: don't listen to white people when they tell you black people are lazy. No, we just not gonna. We didn't work for 400 years for free. We just want our pay. We want our reparations. That's what we want. That's all what we want. We tired of working for free, slave labor, and then being disrespected. So I thought that I'd throw that at you guys like that. And listen. Let me just say this to these people out here, to a lot of people. I'm voting for Brandon Johnson. Number 1, because he's black. Number 2, he's a family man. Number 3, he's a God-fearing man. Number 4, I believe he's a better person for the job. His track record, number 5.
And he feels
right. So that's why I'm voting for Brandon Johnson. Yes, because he's black. I'm not going to lie. Yes. I'm tired of the white man making promises to us and not coming through. Broken promises. Tired of it. Tired of it. Y'all know it's a racial war going on right now. You know it. We're not shooting each other with guns and nothing like that. But when we go in these hospitals, we mysteriously dying. Our organs being taken away. It's a lot going on y'all don't want to talk about. I don't think this audience is ready to talk about. You know, this is real.
Well,
Brandon,
you got a generation, Martin, that don't understand. They don't understand. That's why they fight you. That's why they get on your platform with their comments. They have not studied the truth. What they've been doing is going off what I call surface information. That means you're only getting stuff from the surface. You're not even looking beneath the reality of it because they've been programmed to think differently. Now, they go to a lot of the historically black colleges. You got a lot of that. Spelman got a lot of stuff with black history. All of those, Clark Atlanta, they all got it. But they don't understand Martin because they're on the surface. So when you're dealing with a person on the surface thinking, they can't see below. They're just floating on top of the water, not knowing how deep the current, the flow is up underneath. They're not studying history. If they go back to Mississippi burning and see what happened with Mississippi burning, with those 3 college kids that were killed and found in Mississippi. Medgar Evers was shot in front of his house. See, these are things that they have not been taught. So by them not understanding where you're coming from, Martin, it sounds like tickling brass and tickling cymbals, sounding brass and tickling cymbals. So they don't understand that. You can't get it to them because they have not read. No one has educated them.
Martin,
that's why you're protected.
Disagree.
What you say?
They're not listening. We're talking a 20-year generation here.
Right. I want to
agree to disagree.
Okay. I would now listen. Hold on. Let me just say something. I want to stay on this Paul and violence thing. I'm not trying to get on to the Mexicans and the Spanish. I'm not trying to go there with that right now. I promise you guys. So I want to, y'all say what y'all said. I'm not going there. I want to focus on this thing right here that we're talking about. That's where I want to go. So now, if it's not concerning about Paul Violence and Brandon Johnson, I'm not. I don't want to hear right now. You know, I'm not trying to get, spend this conversation. I need this conversation to stay focused. We in the midnight hour. We in the late hour now. We don't need to cause division right now. We need to just stay focused on Paul Violence and Brandon Johnson. That's what we need to focus on. Because and I just want to keep it. I got to keep it that way right now. Because we all got stories. I got stories. But right now, I'm focused on this white guy and these black people that's voting for him. I'm trying to tell them Brandon is the better choice. Yeah. Now you can talk, but I don't want to hear nothing about that Mexican stuff right now. Okay. I'm not, just being honest with you. If you want to say something, you're welcome to say something.
Respond to the young lady.
No, but I'm not trying to go there. I don't want that. If it's not concerning Paul, if it's not Paul or Brandon Johnson, I don't want to talk about it. So is it concerning that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Is it concerning those two?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to agree to this.
Ma'am, I asked you a question. Is it concerning Paul Violence?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Is it concerning Paul Violence?
Yeah, I said yes.
Okay, come on. Okay, I just want to make sure. Come on with it. Come on with it. I'm sorry. You can. Okay. Come on with it.
We over that stuff.
All right, come on.
I just wanted to respond to the doctor.
Okay, come on.
From what I was hearing her say, she was talking a lot about what we don't know. People are not reading, and I kind of want to beg to differ. We are reading. That's why my vote is going to be for Brandon Johnson. We are reading. I did my research. I was originally not for him, but after my research, I'm definitely for Brandon Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And that's without the shadow of a doubt. I am. We are reading. The DuSable Museum has always been there, and the DuSable Museum has always been about Black history. So yes, the studies, we are. I just wanted to beg to differ. We are reading. We are learning. We are coming up. We are going to come out of this. I'm believing. I'm going. My soul is with Brandon Johnson. I went to that forum Saturday. And my soul is with Brandon Johnson. I went in undecided. I went indecisive. All I knew about was Paul Violence. I didn't know about Brandon Johnson. But after getting that personal interaction with Brandon Johnson, I know what it is now. And I'm definitely Brandon Johnson. And yes, we are studying. Yes, we are reading. I got a book that I'm reading right now called Bill. about slavery in the 17th century. But yes, we are. We got children. I got young people talking to me about the goodness of God. So I just wanted to agree to disagree. That's all.
Okay. Let me just say something. A lot of times when we say people are not reading, that don't mean necessarily everybody, but we ought to say that though, because I say some things like that, too, because a lot of us do read, but majority of people don't read. They just don't read. They don't read. And when we say read about history and learn about it. And I know a lot of people figure like, well, what I'm learning history for, I can't make no money off that, but it helps you in life. It identifies, lets you know who you are, where you came from, So that's in the doctor's defense. I believe that's what she was talking about, because a lot of us just don't read. We watch CNN, Fox News, TV, movies, and that's it. We don't pick up a book. Not all of us now. Some of us, we just don't pick up a book and take time to read. We got time to lecture slide. We got time to fab weed. We got time to do all these other things, but pick up a book and take some quiet time for ourselves and learn the little things about ourselves so we can be better parents and better soldiers for our race. Yeah. That's all we're saying. That's all. Because I hear you, my sister. I hear
heard you say something.
Go ahead.
I heard you say something about resources in our community. I just heard you speak about it on this particular live, and that's all. That's all I keep focusing on. That's my whole thought. That's my everything. That the younger women that's after me, that they have resources.
Yes.
I know I didn't have it in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was trying to pinpoint that the other night when I was on the panel. I'm a mother. I love mine.
Mm-hmm.
And will do anything for mine. But, I need to know that those resources are there.
Mm-hmm.
It helps. It helps. It helps with your success. It really does. When you got resources and when you got support, it ain't nothing we can't do.
And I agree with you.
It ain't nothing we can't do. And a lot of our young people, they fall by the wayside because of lack of resources and support, no matter where it comes from. I don't care if you're the mother. I don't care if you're the lady next door. I don't care if you're the man in the store. I don't care who you are.
But let me ask you a question, sister.
Lack of resource.
Let me ask you a question. Not really a question, but this is for the whole panel. Why is it that in the Black community, there's a lot of crime, prostitution, gang banging, snatching and grabbing, people standing in front of liquor stores? And why is that? Is that by design? Is it just, you can go anywhere you go, well, concentrated of a lot of Black people, you'll see some of the same problems. Just problems. Why is that? I want to ask somebody explain that to me. And I'm going to start with Marcus. He was the first caller. Come on, Marcus, talk to me. Then I'll come on down the line. Come on, Marcus, talk to me.
Why is it?
Yeah. We still
I think you got
Go ahead.
I think you got people, a lot of young people, like some of the young people I work with. Sometimes they try to play me for a fool. I think they don't care. And some of them think that no one has been in their life to tell them that the road you're going down is a path to self-destruction, and it's going to ultimately lead to your death.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's fun and games. They don't care. They like what they're doing, and that's what we have to admit. Some of them like what they're doing. They like going to jail. They think it makes a man out of them, or it makes a woman out of them. They like this bad girl, bad boy look. And this society, this American society, has glorified it. The whites who control the media, they glorified it so they could capitalize off of it. And of course, they want you to dance to the jailhouse. That's why they allow this drill music and all that to be played over the radio waves. But it's the individual and the lack of guidance more so than resources. resources. You could put a job in their face, and some of them will go to work and they'll rob their coworker. I mean, that's the reality of it. They like what they're doing. It's a passion to them. As one guy told me, he said, I asked him, what made you want to be in a gang? He was an older guy. He said, what company do you work for? I said, no, I'm a photojournalist. He said, what made you want to be a photographer? I said, do you know what made me want to be a photographer? I had a passion. He said, and I had a passion to run the streets, rob people, hurt people, because that's what I wanted to do when I was young, because I thought that was cool. But after going to jail and going through what I've been through, I regret that I did what I did. A lot of them think that it's okay. And in this generation, from what I'm seeing with this young generation and these young parents, they play this music around them, they glorify it, and they shame the kid that's in the corner that's being obedient. They make it a shame. They make the kids feel ashamed to be what is called good, and they reward the bad kids with good things and don't reward the good ones with good things, meaning the bad kid go out there and rob somebody, he'll get a job at City Hall. The good kid go out there and be good, he won't get the job. So the good kid is saying, well, I got to do what the bad kid is doing for anybody to even pay attention to me. The good kid gets called a nerd. He gets called a punk. He's labeled as being weak and can't fight and get laughed at. And so I think this is some of the reason why you have this out here. People not caring.
I want to say.
I mean, I don't know if people ever looked at it like that.
I want to say some add on some of what you just said. Most of our young people, not all the young people now, I'm going to just say some of our young people, they're not looking for love. They're looking for fear. They want people to fear them, some of them, especially the thugs. I just had to say that. They're looking for fear. They playing this fear game. They want people to fear them. Intimidation. That's what they're looking for. All right. I just wanted to say that. Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
Because they think that means something. For an adult to fear them, it means something. I remember playing basketball at the park with a teenager. And basketball ain't really my sport. Swimming is. He beat me, but he danced all over the park. I beat a grown man. The same way with them attacking a grown person and beating them up. It makes them feel good. This grown man is beneath me. I'm this kid. Fear, they feed on it. It means something to them in their world. It means something. Even the kid that stole my car and went on Facebook and bragged about it. It means something because they know that they go through the system. They know the system better than we do. They know that they're going to get out and get away with it.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Let me just say real quick. Now, out of the two candidates, we're still on the subject, Doc Sanders, you're next. Brandon Johnson has his plan on his website. Look at both websites and see what each candidate have on their website. I just want to throw that at you. All right. Young people, we need you to vote. We need young people to vote. Dr. Sanders, you're next. Go ahead. And I got a new caller, too. Go ahead.
All I want to say, Martin, is that Brandon Johnson he's an honorable man and a respectable man. A lot of the young people, I'm 4 years from being 60, and I'm far from being a dummy. If you want to know Brandon Johnson, hit all of these spots that he's going to be at and get a chance to sit down and have a conversation with him. Learn him, not by people's own opinion of assumption. Ask him a question. Go to these meetings. Go and meet greet. Don't talk about it on Martin's show. Don't talk about it on nobody else's show. Get your behind up and be at the places that he's going to be at and learn how and who he is. Brandon is not sitting up here slinging mud. He's trying to set the perfect example of what a family man is supposed to do. We've not had too many men in offices that have given off the good example of what family units should be. It's simple as that. We have the opportunity to see that. Don't you want to see grass in your yard? Don't you want to see flowers? Do you want to see a better educational system? Do you want to see something to be able to tone down the crime in our city? Do you want to see a change? As Marcus said, we end up going back to the daily slot, where everything is going to be everything, and it's not going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Johnson has not kicked your dog when you was little and you never got over it. You don't hate somebody you don't know. Paul Vallis, on the other hand, has told us several times who he is. Do you think he's going to come out and tell you, hi, my name is Paul Vallis, I'm Oasis? He won't do it, but baby, he'll tell you in his words and in his actions and what he says when he's on the platform. Read and listen. Education is a powerful thing, but knowledge is power. Martin, you said it. You've got to understand the concept of the narrative. Brandon has not done nothing to nobody. If he didn't step on your toes and kick you in the face, why do you hate him so much? You shouldn't hate somebody you don't know. Don't even put that in your vocabulary, because the Bible says, how can you say you love God who you've not seen, and you can't even love the person who's right here that you see every day? So if you want to get to know Brandon Johnson, stop talking. Go to the meetings. Listen to what he's saying. Take his hand, because you don't know him, but you're only going by gossip. And the word of God tells you that in so many words, I'm going to tell you what it says, Martin. I'm done.
Okay.
Loose lips sink ships.
All right. Thank you, doctor. Okay, my dear sister, 7396. Go ahead, my dear sister. You're next, and I got a new caller right after you. Go ahead.
All right, Martin. Well, I believe you asked a question.
Yes, I did.
Why are our young men? Okay, that's what I want to speak to.
Come on, sister.
And then noticed the young man. I think his name was Marcus.
Yes.
I heard his response, and I felt it with a passion. I really did. I felt that man's response with a passion. Now, it sounds like some young men have did something to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounds like to me, and I'm sorry about that. But I want to say our young men are like this because they are misled and they are misguided. What's from the heart reaches the heart. You can't have bad intentions towards our young people and then think they finna respect you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what they do or what they say. When you show them some real love, they're going to show you real love in return. It may be limited. It may not be on Barack Obama's level, but they're going to give you what they got. They're going to give you what they got. They are misguided. They are misled, and they are suffering not just from parenting, not having parents, but they're suffering from bad leadership in their community. Ain't no way all them boys in Chicago. Martin, do you know I just had a fist fight on the train yesterday morning on my way to work?
Yeah, I think I seen you.
I had to fight a young man.
Yeah.
Had to beat him up.
I'm glad you beat him up. He didn't get you. Yeah.
Hey, baby, it ain't going no other way.
That's right. So
Martin,
right.
I say that they are misled.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wakes up in the morning and say, I just want to be a horrible person.
Right.
It's not like that. That's not what it is. They are misled. Okay, I'm going to say this and I'm done.
Okay.
And this is speaking to the young man, Marcus, because I know you got another call.
Mm-hmm.
Between the gang violence, the bad leadership, the drugs, and the pedophile behaviors, I need somebody to tell me how they expect a young lady to be sane and normal and okay. How you expect her to be all right. Between all that, this is what the average young lady in poverty is faced with in the African American community. The average young lady, this is what she's faced with: gangs, drugs, pedophiles, and bad leadership, bad parenting.
Okay.
This is what the young lady is faced with.
All right. I'm holding right there.
But when we figure that out, then we got a movement.
Okay.
But okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. No problem. I got Brandon website. I'm going to my new caller. And Brandon said, the life I want for my family and neighbors is what I want for all Chicago. Safe, vibrant neighborhoods, affordable housing, health care, fully funded schools. All right, you can go right on his website, Brandon for Chicago. So it's right here, what you see on the screen. But I'm going to go to my next call. I got a next caller here, 7708. Go ahead, caller. You're live, uncut, unedited.
How we doing, Martin? How we doing? How's the panel doing?
Man, the panel's doing great. We're doing great. It's smooth, running smooth. Go ahead.
Okay, so we get the VIP guest in here, and so what I'm about to say is no disrespect to what no one said. It's just my opinion. The brother Marcus, with all due respect, Martin, when you asked that question, because this is what I want to address, the question you asked. When you asked the question, I think he, again, respectfully, I don't think he directly answered the question. And I think it lacks that accountability from that generation. When you ask that question, why do our neighborhoods look like this? Immediately people go to blaming the youth. But Martin, guess who I used to have buy alcohol for me? It was the old heads. It was big guys standing out in front of the liquor store when I was a shorty. You know what I'm saying? And so the hanging out and loitering in front of these establishments been going on. And I think it happened around, they say a lot of these different drugs were introduced to a lot of our men in Vietnam, and then they came back home with an addiction. And so it provided a market for that. And that's why a lot of the drugs flooded the streets, which ended up breaking up our homes, incarcerating our men, taking the men out the house. So when the ladies say no leadership, well, you look at a lot of these affluent white neighborhoods, they don't have no sense of community. So you don't have to have a community leader. You don't have to have an alderman if you get a man in the house and a woman in the house in a strong household. You need that leadership coming from home. Then you wouldn't have to depend on the government to help you find a way out. You see what I'm saying? We already lost sitting there trying to hold these aldermen and things accountable. They can't do nothing for us because our families is broken up, and it's not necessarily our fault. You see what I'm saying? It was a plan for this. It's the reason why when you go in, I remember I used to go to Oak Park, and they had dry areas, meaning they didn't have no liquor stores for this whole strip. Or you couldn't go to a liquor store in Oak Park. I think it's still that way. Now, you may be able to go to a bar, but you can't go and buy no alcohol. Maybe they got it now at the little grocery stores, but if you go somewhere in the neighborhood, you may have 5 liquor stores within a 5-block radius. So we know this stuff is killing you. We're going to help you kill yourself, essentially. And if black people don't have no true ownership, you can't even call it a black community if you don't own the community. So you can't say we want this strip of 79th Street to be a dry area, no alcohol being sold, if you don't own no property on there. So you have no say in what businesses get to establish a footing in this neighborhood that you occupy. You see what I'm saying? And so why do it look like that? Because they helping us kill ourselves, and we haven't understood the plan that they have against us. But you can't blame these kids, because these kids is a seed from, someone had to birth them. A lot of kids was born on drugs. A lot of kids, parents is incarcerated. And so it didn't start right. This is, we reaping what we sow. And it comes back to the accountability, because we should have been picked up on what they've been trying to do to us. And that's why I blame black people. Okay, they've been had a plan for us, and we haven't got off drugs. We haven't got off alcohol. We haven't got our ownership up. Yet we sit there and try to hold them accountable when Again, if you don't own you don't own nothing over here. So how can you even call it a black community? These are spaces where black people occupy. You see what I'm saying? It ain't really no black community unless you say we own all this. If we own all this, guess what? That liquor store gone. And I'm putting pressure on them because, matter of fact, I need to know what store y'all finna build right here. If there's anything that's going to affect our community, we not having it. You can't say that if you don't own none of the houses, none of the buildings over there. So it's going to look how it looks. You see what I'm saying? You're going to have guys standing out there. Police ain't going to do nothing about it. That's the plan. We got to wake up. But it looked the way it looked because they gave us these scraps and we working with the best we can, but a lot of us just, we just don't have no hope. And so we might as well sniff a line or drink some alcohol just because we done lost hope. And no one really saved. It take a community to save someone. But if there's no community, how you going, you know what I'm saying? But again, you can't go straight to the youth. I think it's very problematic. We got to take accountability. When you ask that question, Martin, the first thing you say is, well, this is why I slipped up. We don't start with I and take some own personal accountability, then it's going to be very hard to come up out of this.
Well, I want to add on to what you said that older people need to take accountability because the younger people that's young right now, they didn't actually come here. And right now, we're fighting for the future of the city of Chicago. We know that a known racist, a known failure that have failed in Philadelphia, Connecticut, and New Orleans, and as well as in Chicago, is trying to run this city. And we know if he get in, the police is going to go ham on our young people. Don't get me wrong. I am tired of the shooting, the carjacking, and all that, but we've always had crime in our community. There's nothing new. Now, since crime has spilt on over downtown, the Gold Coast, and all that, now is we. It used to be you all or they got that in the crime, but it's a different day now, different song now, different song. And I'm going to tell you, Black people, we're not going to police our way out of this. This is a combination of things. We need to invest in our young people. We don't need no temporary solution. We need a real solution. Invest in people and not property. That's it. We need to invest in our people. Our young people are confused. They're messed up. Not all of them. Some of them are homeless. We need to be able to reach out to our young people. These are the young people that we had, that we gave birth to. We have to find a way. The Bible said, if we forget God, he'll forget our children. And look at our children right now. Look at them. Just look all around. Look at our children. Look at our children. Some of us, we're afraid of our children. Some of us, we grew up rebellious. We said when we was coming up, I'm not going to be like my mama did me. And look, you did the very opposite of what your mom did to you, raising you, and look at your sons and daughters now. Now you see what I'm saying? You see the cycle now? Now we're dealing with a generation. Every young person that's out here carjacking, killing, looting, doing whatever, they have a name. Somebody gave birth to them. They didn't just pop up in this universe. It is our job as an adult, as fathers and grandfathers, to make the next generation be better. We have to make a path for them. And that's what we're trying to do in this election. We're trying to set up a young African Black male figure in front of them. You can't be what you can't see. Simple as that. We see too many men acting like women in these high positions. We don't need that, people. We need men. We don't need no punk leading our people. We need a man that's willing to die for what's right and for truth and for his people. That's a soldier. That's a soldier. We don't need a man that's going to get along, go along. Now, we listen, we need a man to be able to stand against us when it's time to make a difficult decision. And sometimes, as the man being the leader, sometimes we can't see his vision. God gives it to him, and we see things different. But once he take that initial path of being the leader and say, hey, I'm going to make this judgment call, and just trust me, people, it's going to work out. And that's the type of leader that we need. We need a leader that can not only understand black people, they can understand the alphabet people. They can understand the migrants. They can understand the Mexicans. They can understand the racists. We need a leader like that, people. We need a leader. We don't need no leader that's trying to bribe people and lie to them and promise them everything that they want to hear. We don't need that type of leader. Somebody's going to be left off the menu. And more so, it's always the black people that look like me, that been lied to. So I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Trust me on this one, people. Brandon Johnson for the mayor of Chicago. Trust me. Be on the right side of history, people. We've given white people chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And look at our community. Look at Inglewood. Look at Woodlawn, Roseland, Lawndale. Look at it. Who eating? A few pastors, a few activists, and a few politicians. And the rest of us, we left behind. Like Brandon Johnson said, this is a tale of two cities, the haves and the have-nots. Why can't we just be one city? We all have a piece of that pie. As I said earlier in the broadcast, a blind dog can pick up a bone sometime. Sometime. Can a blind dog get a bone this time? We want to come out, enjoy the beauty of the park. We want our women to be able to walk down the street without worrying about crossfire. We want stores in our community with owners that look like us, not trying to flirt with our women, sleep with our women for Pampers and cigarettes and selling loose cigarettes to our young people. They won't do it in their community, but they'll come and do it in our community. Black men, we have to stand up and pull our pants up. And if our young people don't eat, they're going to eat us up. And that's what we're seeing right now today. We don't want to force our children into a life of crime, selling weed, loud, dope, rocks and blows. We don't want that on our children. That we seen what drugs back in the 80s, how it devastated our community. Now we see what guns are doing to the community. Guns are getting into the wrong hands. It's getting to our young people. Giving a young person the keys to your car and tell them, hey, drive my car, but don't go over 35 miles per hour. That's just like giving them a gun and telling them don't shoot nobody. And as I talk right now, I've always say this, there's someone right now that's loading up their gun right now and got another black person in mind that they want to kill. Brainwash, brain dead. A lot of these young people walking around with guns right now, illegal guns. They're not trying to kill a white person. They're trying to kill another black person. They think it's cool, as Marcus said. You killing somebody, doing something, that's a badge of honor. Young man, if you're listening to me, it's not cool to get locked up. And if you got an uncle or father, someone that's ever been locked up, pull them to the side and ask them, have you ever seen anyone in there get raped? And you'll be surprised if your uncle. Go ahead, Marcus. Marcus?
Let me respond.
Go ahead.
Let me respond to a couple of things.
Go ahead.
I think people misunderstand what I be saying sometimes, the way I say it. I've worked with young people. I worked 5 years in the Park District. and I had enough time to study them, and I haven't seen a change. So I'm gonna speak like this. There's a whole lot of young people out here that's doing great things, black young people, but the media focus on the ones that's out here robbing and killing. So the trick of the camera and the trick of the media is, if you don't know what's really going on, you would think that, oh, all black kids do is rob and kill, right? Not true. We don't focus enough on the positive ones. And I'm not talking about the ones that in the youth program. I'm talking about the ones that's out here. They ain't in no program, but they not out here in the street because they made the choice themselves that they're not going to be in the street. And there are some kids who come from some bad parenting homes that are doing great. Don't get me wrong. I'm passionate because our young people is our future. There would be no existence of our race if we don't get control of our young people. And yeah, there's some things I hold back on. A lot of these old people put guns, they introduce these young kids to drugs. I have sat in barbershops where older people have told them, I was in the gang, nothing wrong with you being in the gang, I did it. So the kid, man, thinking, yeah, I can do it now, I'll grow out of it, I'll be successful like this person. Not so. Not so. We have got to be accountable. It goes back to parents. Some of these parents are on drugs, but then it's not the parent, it could be the uncle. There are kids who got uncles that teach them how to rob rather than teach them how to read. And if you look at some of these videos where you got these 2- and 3-year-olds being taught how to throw up a gang sign, as a matter of fact, I was doing an Easter photo shoot 3 years ago where a father had his son to throw up a gang sign. And I asked the father, you got him doing this? Yeah, I want him to represent. He was teaching his 8-year-old son the street business. So those are the kids that you will see out here on the street. And they will bully other kids into doing the same thing. And it's because of the older people who have poisoned their minds, the pimps, the drug dealers, and they've called, these young people see this materialistic stuff and they want it. And they will go for the money to get it. I'm not talking about all young people. And so I'm passionate about it because I hate to see our kids going and going to jail. It's a shame. We got some brilliant young people in our race. And it's a shame that they won't get a chance to realize who they are because they're being fed the wrong thing. When I was a teenager, I gravitated to men who wore suits, but I also gravitated to men who just had a great personality. And I wanted to be like him. I wanted to be like the guy that was a landscaper at Ford City, to the point where I went over to his house and said, show me how to do what you do. But some of these kids don't want to do that. That's what I was trying to say. Some of these kids, you can lead them in the right direction and they still choose to go in the wrong direction. And I don't think that have anything to do with the parent or adults. It's their mind. Now, how that came to be, I can't answer that question.
Okay.
Well, let me just address that real quick, because I think we've always had people who want to do their own thing. You had rebels in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s. And I don't care if it was how you dressed, the way you wore your hair, tattoos. You always had rebels, and the youth always kind of pushed the line in every generation. You see what I'm saying? And so right now, it's the worst of the worst. But guess what? In 10 years, we're going to have Lil Wayne kids, Jay-Z kids, Chief Keef kids, King Von kids. It's going to be off the chain because we're going to see the offspring of all this stuff we're talking about right now. All these people having kids right now. In 10 years, imagine what it's going to be. So every generation, it seems that it's going to get worse and worse. But to even give it any light, it would almost be to counter what you were saying, Marcus, in terms of it's so much good going on. Why not? Why even give the negative light at all? Why not focus on the stuff that's positive happening? Because it's way more positive than negative. But to your point, if you look at the news, you would think that black people we living in a war zone, but in reality,
not just the news. If you look at the rap videos, the music industry, all of
most definitely,
they don't show
most definitely.
They don't get no play. It's
not at all.
And so that's what's brainwashing these kids. And unfortunately, I don't blame it all on parents either, because the parents they can't control everything that their kids see and watch out in public. It's impossible.
Well, one thing, just real quickly, I don't want to take over but one thing I will say is, because I mess with music a little bit, and one thing that they at least used to have was you had to go through a record company, and they would you could kind of hold them accountable because they were the overseers. Okay, we're not going to put this out. Or we're not going, you know what I mean? They would kind of try to at least protect their brand. After a while, it kind of, with gangster rap, it kind of get thrown out the window. But now with YouTube and things like that, there's no filtering process. These kids can say anything and do anything and put it online and instantly get views. And before, you didn't have that. You had to go through 5 different channels before you even get things published. Just like if you was a writer, you had to go through a process before you get published. Now you can just put your work out there, and there's no editor, there's no overseer, and you can just put stuff out there, say anything and do anything. And I think that's one of the issues. There's no filter at all. And it's just the Wild West. Anything could be right.
That's another thing. We got to go to our legislators, and we got to lobby. We got to fight. Look, y'all got to all this other stuff. Let's look at this music. It's not. It may be considered freedom of speech, but some of this music is fueling some of this crime in all these major cities. All these major cities have the same issue where blacks are concentrated at. That's coming from some of the music. I'm not going to blame the whole music industry, but right now, that's all you hear on the radio. We got to go to the radio stations right here in our local city and say, we don't want you playing that. And if they don't do it, we got to go to Springfield and get some legislation put on the books that will make them not play it, and it will be fine.
All right, guys.
Real quick, do you have a problem with the movies?
Do I have what?
A problem with the movies? Because the movies, some would suggest, are, it has the same imagery and killing. I just seen nudity.
The movies too. It used to didn't be like that. They used to didn't show all of that. It was, but now you got cable. You like you said, YouTube. They ain't watching TV. They pulling out their cell phone, bringing it up on YouTube. So all I'm saying is some of it needs to be filtered, not all of it. But come on, they're out here telling you to kill somebody. You think that a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old need to hear it? That should be some type of censorship. You can't walk in a movie theater right now. They have rated R and rated X, right? I mean, rated R.
Right.
It's for a certain age. They can't walk in a movie theater right now. But it's the YouTube. The TV is old now. That's it's YouTube. It's their cell phone. Them 4- and 5-year-olds know how to work that cell phone. Do you think they need to see those images and hear that music? I'm not against subbing and all that. I'm not against people having a good time. But some of this music is what they're hearing, and that's why their parents can't even tell them nothing, even though their parents have told them over and over. They're hearing this music, and then they're peer pressure. They have peer pressure. They have to go to school. They dress a certain way. People talk about their pants hanging down. Well, they peers seem to like it. So until the peers stop liking it and start shaming them, as I told Martin one day, we used to laugh at each other if we came out the house and our drawers were showing. The parents didn't have to say nothing. You get laughed back in the house by your peers. Because you felt like, oh, this ain't properly dressed. So the youth have to also check themselves. And it will change. I do believe that this violence will come as long as you got a spirit called Satan, Roman, it's going to be around. I'm not going to say it's going to stop. But I would hope that the images that we're seeing our youth on TV every night and making it look like they're the only ones out here carjacking and breaking in. Like when riots break out, they hit you thinking it was black people doing it when it was the white people who started the riots. All right. But the media and TVs were showing black kids. A lot of black kids are doing it because they're starving. They're tired of seeing things that they can't get. And now this is an opportunity to get it. They're tired of things being taken away from them. We can't take our kids to a Blackhawks game. We can't take our kids to a White Sox game. And when they do go to the White Sox, because I've seen this happen, the White Sox security treat them like they are criminals. And I'm keeping it real. I've seen that with my own eyes. After shooting the game, I saw a little black boy stand there and wait for almost an hour for a ball. And the white boy was getting them. And when I gave the boy my ball, the security want to make a move. So we can't take our kids to a game. This is my point. They have robbed us of our finances. That's why it's important that people need to go out here and vote. Whoever gets in City Hall affects all of us. You may not think it doesn't affect you. It affects all of us. It affects you in some kind of way. Who's ever in that White House is going to affect you. Who's ever in that governor's seat is going to affect you. Don't think that it won't.
All right. All right, guys. We've come to the end of the road. All right. Sound like with Boys and Men, we've come to the end of the road, huh? Hey, I appreciate all my guests. I tell you, it's what you want to say something?
Martin, it ain't the end. It's to be continued.
All right. To be continued. All right. Marcus, did you want to say something else real quick? What do you guys have? Closing comments? I'm out of here.
I was just going to say, tune in to the next episode.
That's right.
You never know what we're going to talk about.
Right. Right. And if you see
election is a hot topic.
If you see anybody pulling up signs, if you got it on your doorbell ring or whatever, send it to me. Tell me where's the location and everything. Please send it to me because I'm doing a lot of investigation out here and all that. So, hey, again, let me make an announcement. I forgot. I got to make an announcement. Let me see. I got to make this announcement. Okay, hold on. Let me make an announcement. I got an announcement to make. I forgot. I got 2 or 3 announcements. So actually, let me just pull it up, people, and I'm put it on the page so you guys can see it. Pull it up on the page. All right. All right. We got 2 or 3 announcements. Let me put it up on the page. Hold on. All right. We're going to pull that up on the page. Let's see. Stop sharing. All right. Hold on. Let me pull it up on the page and screen sharing. All right. All right. The first announcement, Chicago for All of Us, a rally with Bernie Sanders and Brandon Johnson for mayor. That's special music by Vic Mensa. Thursday, March the 30th, 7 p.m. at the UIC Forum. So it's up on the screen right there. That's one of the announcements. So Bernie Sanders will be here this Thursday, March the 30th, 7 p.m. at the UIC Forum. All right. All right. The next announcement we got is, all right, we got leaders on the West Side. Turnout Coalition. Then we have Al Sharpton. He will be here Sunday at the New Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church, 4301 West Washington Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois. The time is that's Sunday, March 26th, time at 5 p.m. So that is also I think I got some up too. So I got a flyer up too that I want to make an announcement. Let's see. Okay, also Brandon Johnson for Chicago, meet and greet hosted by me, aka the crime chaser Martin G. Johnson, Wednesday, March 29th, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the cafe right there on 69th and Green, Kasana. That's an African name. And Brandon Johnson will be there, meet and greet. So I am hosting that. So hopefully, if you've never met the crime chaser, you can meet me there today at that day, which is on a Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Make sure you be there on time. So You know, Brandon can show up anytime between 10 and 11. I don't want you to miss it. You get a chance to, hopefully you can get a chance to chat for a minute or two or something, shake his hand and take a picture with him. It's just a meet and greet. It's not a debate or anything like that. He will not be passing out gas cards and all that type of stuff. So this me, Brandon Johnson, the Inglewood. So just tune in, bring your cameras, bring your cell phones, go live, uncut, unedited, and we will have security there. So you don't have to worry about, nothing going off. We definitely have security there. So, hey, we waiting. I'm there. So that's my announcement. Anything, Marcus, or anything, Westside? Anything?
I just want to piggyback on something from yesterday.
Yes.
The article that you read in the Crusader.
Yes.
To let your viewers know, and anybody that feel offended by the article, it was not written by the reporters. It is what the people send in who are out there, and some of them are anonymous. They just send in articles, and what the editors do, they pick the best articles for that section that's called the chatterbox. So the views and opinions of the readers of the Chicago Crusader is not the views and opinions of the Crusader itself. So what you heard could be fact, and it could be not so fact. But to me, my own personal opinion, that article hit the nail on the head.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Where can they find the Crusader newspaper?
Oh, yeah. With that, you can go to Walgreens, any Walgreens, but if you don't find it in the Walgreens near you, you can find it at the Walgreens on 95th and Ashland and on 115th and Halsted. Those are the two that I went in and seen it there.
Well, what about going
it's supposed to be in all the major.
Yeah, what about going to the headquarters?
You can also go to the office.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the headquarters. They're at 64th and King Drive. I don't have the address handy, but you can Google it. Just go to ChicagoCrusader.com. and everything you need to know will come up, and you can actually go there and get you a paper. The paper costs 50 cents in Walgreens, by the way, and they may charge you when you go into the office, unless you put in an ad. You can also take out an ad, but you have to call the Crusader and ask them what their rates are.
Okay.
But it's the defender of Chicago right now.
All right, people.
Still in print.
That's a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. Okay. When we, those of us that's going to the meet and greet, make sure you support the business. Phil is a good friend of mine, and he does a lot of great things for the community. So that's why I chose this spot right there. I'm familiar with Phil. I remember when he opened up, he's a good guy, and he's real. So when you go there, make sure you purchase something, support the business, because he giving it to us for free, All right, I got it. All right, his echo, look there. I had to kill that echo. Okay. So that's where we at, people. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Dr. Sanders, my dear sister. Thank you, my brother from the West Side. Thank you. We're out of here, people. To be continued until tomorrow, until the next episode. So if you see anything out of ordinary, make sure you get your camera out, video it, send it to me, or post it on Facebook and message me. Do it. We down to the wire now. We have to go to the polls and vote. If we don't vote, we won't win, people. So don't think that they're going to hand this election over to Brandon Johnson. They want it by hook and crook. That's how bad they want it. And we want it more so better than them. So be careful out there. Stay safe. Move around. Do what you have to do. Hey, and if you need any Brandon Johnson signs, you can go to my page and you can pick. They have like 4 or 5 different locations. Go to the one that's closer near to your area, and you can go get you a yard sign and put it inside of your yard. And also, if you want to be a volunteer, you can go to the webpage and sign up to be a volunteer. They'll be happy to have you. Trust me, we have to do this together. Brandon Johnson cannot do it by himself. Brandon Johnson needs our vote, and we have to vote, people. We have to vote. And that's all I must say. I'm publicly endorsing Brandon Johnson. There's no secret. I'm not straddling the fence. I'm not playing both sides. I'm serious about this. And I thank you guys for supporting Brandon Johnson with your finance, volunteering, putting signs in front of your homes and putting signs in your business. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And listen, we have to remember, we have to stand. United we stand, divided we fall. Do not be discouraged of the few Negroes that decided to go with the establishment. Don't be mad. Just the best revenge is to get them is to vote Brandon Johnson in. That's the best revenge. You don't have to break no windows. You don't have to slander no names. You don't have to curse at nobody. Just go to the poll and push Brandon Johnson. And I guarantee you, we'll bring shame on them. We'll bring shame on them. So I want to thank you guys. This is live, uncut, unedited. I'll definitely see you guys Wednesday. I will be there live, uncut, unedited. Thank you again, my panel. And for those of you that tried to call in, I'm sorry. We've only have selective few callers right now until we get rid of these trolls. These trolls have been calling in and trying to disrupt our program, our nightly program, and I'm not having it. I'm not having it. So until I know who's who, then I will release the pin. Until then, just bear with us. Just comment in the messenger. And I appreciate you. Thank you again. This is live. You already know what it is.
You already know what it is.
What is it?
Live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut.
This is where
tell the truth
and what
and shame the devil.
I don't know about you, but
I love being black.
Don't know about you.
I love being black.